What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Back with another live stream today. Apologies, change of time, people. Usually we're here around 2 p.m. Had to move it today to 4 p.m. due to the fact I was recording the Talk is Cheap show today at AFTV. Go and check that show out. It was the 100th show. Me, Laurie, Ty, and Robbie. People saying that the audio's off. Give me 1 second, people. This thing, man. You just never know what's going to happen with these things, do you? Hold on, people. Give me a second.
Right, people, let me know. Is the audio better? Let me know. Apologies. Apparently, I've just destroyed everyone's eardrums. Just let me know in the comments if that's better, man. I don't know what's going on with this new, turn the gain down. My ear, I said the ears are mashed up. Let me know. Does it sound all right now, people, or still bad? Better. There we go. We're back. Apologies, people. Apologies. Good now. There we go. Hey, listen, everyone who's got headphones in, I probably just mashed up your eardrums, so apologies for that, people. But we're back. The wire wasn't in properly, but we're back now. Right. Yeah, like I said, go on Talk is Cheap. Check that out. 100th show. Robbie and Ty are on there as well. And, we was doing the usual, previewing the Liverpool game and all that. So check that one out. Obviously, there's a bit of transfer rumours going on. Before we start, just wanted to quickly talk about the England game last night. I mean, we could probably create a team in this community and we'd beat that San Marino team. Let me throw Xhaka mode on, people. It's just a regular thing now, innit? Xhaka mode is a daily occurrence on the channel. Give it 2 minutes, throw Xhaka mode on. England beat San Marino 10-0. I mean, man, is there any point San Marino even being an international team? I'm not disrespecting them, you know. But these man here, man, Harry Kane I think Kane got 4. I didn't even watch the full game. But Kane got 4 when I was watching it. These men are slicing the ball out. They're miscontrolling. I was like, raw, these men are terrible players. But listen, the Arsenal players did their thing. Kane's stat padding, as you said, he's going to break Rooney's record, I think, the next international break. But Aaron Ramsdale kept a clean sheet. I think they only had 1 shot on target. He tipped it wide. Smith Rowe got a goal, nice little finish at the near post, set up one of Harry Kane's goals as well, and Saka got his goal late on. So listen, I have to big up. It's nice to see Arsenal players in the England setup, because I remember them days, man. You know, we only had maybe a Danny Welbeck or a Jack Wilshere when he was doing his thing. So it's nice to see a few players in the England team. That is for certain. Big up Broads, who said San Marino open trials. I'm telling you. I don't know, like, I heard some of them, I seen a thing saying some of them man are electricians, there's a butcher, there's a school teacher. Them man, I got work this morning, 8 o'clock. England were flying home private jet. Them man had, postman and them things there. So, yeah, I don't know, man, but I really, some of these teams, as you can see, yeah, Saka got another goal. And obviously, it was great to see Emile Smith-Rowe get his first goal. That goal will mean a heck of a lot to him. It doesn't matter who you score that goal against. It will be massive for him. So, yeah, it was one of them. Liam said, San Marino has a population of 30,000 people. My hometown has double that. They have no chance, I'm telling you. Absolutely no chance. It's pub team levels, man. It is pub team levels for real, Martin. But yeah, Saka and Smith-Rowe done their thing. Great to see the Young Bucks. Yeah, 100%. I want to see them, man, doing their thing. Big up to Emma Louise Hughes. Thank you very much for becoming a member on the channel. I actually did a live stream with the members yesterday, but I'm going to try and do another one probably at the start of next week. So look out for that. Thank you very much for your support. Some of the man in the San Marino team are unemployed. I'm telling you, them man. Listen, anybody, look back through your timeline, man. If you've got any kind of, San Marino in you, I'm sure you could go and play for their national team, man. For real, them man are terrible. Proper Sunday league settings. Doogie said good morning from NYC. Big up, bro. Broad said 186 games, San Marino haven't won one. I think their best result was a draw. I believe they drew with Liechtenstein back in the day. Coach Jordash says, hi, Big C. Advice, please. Thinking of quitting my job as a cricket and tennis coach and starting my own thing. Thoughts, please. I mean, listen, first of all, I don't want to tell you or recommend to do anything that's going to put you in any kind of financial difficulty, right? So, my advice is always aim for freedom, aim for ownership. If you can put yourself in a financial situation where your bills are paid and you can survive, then listen, doing your own thing is always the way to go. I put out a tweet yesterday talking about the school system, how the school system in the UK is so flawed. Half the stuff you learn, you never do in your life. I used to go in a science lab every week and I had a Bunsen burner and I was doing, I never used them things in my life. Like, half the stuff I learned in school, I've never used. So ownership, freedom, if you can look after yourself, do your own thing, but just make sure you're not going to risk your livelihood, Working for other people, man. The school system in this country is designed so that you're going to work for somebody else and make them rich. That's why they don't teach kids about finances in school. That's why they don't teach them how to be entrepreneurs, business owners. What do they tell you in school? You tell your teacher you want to be a footballer and see what they say to you. They go, you can't do that. Get a proper job. Go and be an electrician, a plumber, a painter. They are designing people to be workers. They're not designing people to be owners, to be businessmen, businesswomen, whatever, The whole thing is flawed. I know we're going off topic a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I will come back, but these are important discussions to have as well, But yeah, if you can run your own thing, then do that, people. John said, apparently their right back runs a laundrette. I'm telling you, I'm not even joking. I'm sure it said one of their players was a postman, one's an electrician. Then man, I got work, 6 a.m, postman Pat. I'm telling you. Big up, Fran. Hope you're well, my bro. He said, yes, community. Big up, bro. And yeah, we'll get a show sorted out this week. Maybe we'll try do Thursday, Friday, something like that. I should have Kevin Campbell on tomorrow, by the way, people. Mr. It's the Players, Curtis, Xhaka's lawyer, will be here. Talk to him, fam. Yo, I'm telling you this. And listen, I'm not going to digress too much, but I do like having these conversations. How many of the things that you learn in school have affected your life in a positive way? How many of those things have you needed? Remember when you left school, they made you feel like if you fail these GCSEs, your life is mashed up. Yo, I was going into them exams like, if I don't get a C or above, I'm all over the place. But how? Come on. The school system in this country, man. Mash up. Absolutely mashed up. You need that second channel. I'm telling you, it's coming. Don't worry, man. We're sorting it. We have to have these type of conversations as well, man, because, I like to talk about these things again. But listen, we'll do that again. We'll do that next time. Big up Curtis in the chat. Hope you're all good. Aaron said, big up from Trinidad and Tobago. Big up, bro. Port of Spain settings. Marvu said, school is useless, man. Proper useless. It's a crazy thing, man. It's crazy, It's funny that you spend so much time there. You got to think kids are there for 6-7 hours a day. And what are they really learning? Well, it's not teaching them how to go and, just get into a job, be a regular worker. Oh, you've got to go to college. You've got to go to university. Then you got to get a job. You're going to work until you retire, The world's got so many opportunities now for people. So if people are thinking, can I leave that job and do my own thing? I always say, as long as you can financially survive, then go for it. Why not? I know I've gone way off topic here, people, but Coach Jordash, he set me off with that question, But Ali, thank you for the super chat, bro. Said, great show, Big C. Much love from South Africa. I appreciate that, bro. Really appreciate that. Chris said, Curtis, Life Advisor channel. Listen, as I get older, man, I see a lot of how these things go. And, I was in school and feeling like, my GCSEs and I got to go college and being told I got to go university and get 25 grand in debt for a course that may not even get me the job that I want. These people with degrees working in supermarkets. The system's real funny in this country, man. And listen, I'm sure around the world as well. Why always me said in Croatia it's the same. Fran said, teacher telling me not to dream, then invited me back to do a presentation. Get out of it. And that's how it goes, you know. I had a situation with my son in the school. Told the teacher he wanted to be a footballer. She said, oh, you can't be a footballer. Footballer's like a fantasy job. You can't do that. I'm like, well, that's funny because there's 2,500 professionals in England. So how can you tell a kid they can't become a footballer? Somebody's got to become a footballer. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is. I'm going to get back to the football anyway. Guys, school is still important. I think Curtis is saying open your mind also. Yeah, it's important. But what I'm saying, the things they're teaching you, I think some of it is very, is not necessarily needed, How many times have you used algebra in your life? I was learning about algebra every other day at school. I never used algebra in my life. Discipline is what teaches, which helps to be productive. 100%. There you go. Learning how to be in an environment with people. AFC Max, thank you for the super chat. Said, big up Broads. Love watching him. AFTV football team, real talent. The Broad Street bully, man. You know what I'm saying? Broads are a beast, mate. I'm telling you. Big up to Broads. And big up Max for the super chat. Chris Brown said, seriously, Curtis, your content is so good. Even better now, I get home from work just in time for this stream. The talk is real on this podcast. Big up, bro. Thank you for that. Fact, School Fuggeries. School Fugs in here. Big up to bro. Here he is. Keep your options open and apply yourself, but don't deep it if you don't get top grade. Simple. I'm telling you now, bro. Don't worry about it. And this is what I tell people all the time. But listen, we move on. Ismail said the Talk is Cheap show was litty. Curtis, big up on the 100th episode. Much more success in your life. And to you and everyone in here, man, really appreciate the support. And apparently I missed another super chat. Someone saying I cannot see it on the screen. Have I missed it? Where is it? Is it Max? Someone said, have I not read that one? Did I not read Max? Oh, apologies. There we go, Max. Max said, big up Curtis, 3:08 a.m. in Australia. I love your content as always. I think we can get a result against Liverpool, especially with 11 players out, or at worst, a draw, 1-1 or 0-0. Listen, I would take a draw against Liverpool if you offered it to me now. Let me tell you that. But I appreciate that, Max. 3 o'clock in the morning, man's tuning in. And big up Football Capo said, when you finish uni, you get a receipt, not a diploma. See it there? They give you your debt receipt, mate. The diploma. But listen, I'm not disrespecting the education system. It works for a lot of people. So let me not say, if you're in school, you're in uni, just, slack off and leave it. But what I'm saying, there are other ways and means that they should be teaching people and giving them those opportunities, But listen, let's move on. Let's talk about football now. Let's talk about Arsenal Football Club. So, we are being linked with players. January is coming up. We know that AFCON, apparently now they're saying that AFCON is definitely going to go ahead. There were rumours that AFCON was going to be cancelled, but they're saying now AFCON will definitely go ahead. Now, we know that Arsenal are going to have players missing for AFCON. And just quickly, a lot of you were asking about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, so I'm going to get that story up because I can see a lot of people are worried about Aubameyang's situation. And what I'll say is, calm down, people. I think we're good. Now, there was a story. I said I'm going to drop out and play for San Marino. There was a story that Aubameyang was injured. And from what I'm hearing, from what I've been reading, there's no reason for concern. Now, Gabon have a game this evening against Egypt. It was being, advertised as Aubameyang against Mo Salah. And Aubameyang has not attended that game. So as you can see by the story, although Aubameyang travelled with his country to Egypt, he took a private plane provided by Arsenal for him to return to London early. Some say that the player is injured, but sources confirm there is an agreement between Arsenal and the Gabonese Federation for the player to return early. So I don't think there's anything to worry about. The reports coming out of Gabon are that he's flying home. He played the game the other day, scored a penalty actually, and he's been allowed to fly home early. I think there is a bit of a situation going around now where if your second game is not particularly important, a lot of clubs are sending players back early. So I think it's just a situation where they know we've got Liverpool at the weekend. I'm not sure if there's too much riding on this game for Gabon. There are a lot of rumours on social media. Oh, Aubameyang's been sent home and he's injured. There's headlines all over the place. Everyone's panicking. This source has come directly from Gabon, from their football federation, and they're saying that he's been allowed to fly back. Arsenal provided the plane. There's no problem, and there's nothing to worry about, hopefully. I think he did get a knock. Apparently, he did come off in the first game with a knock. However, there was a video put up in the changing room after the game where the players were dancing. Aubameyang was dancing. It didn't look like a player to me that was injured. You know, the guy was smiling. They were dancing around. He'd scored a penalty. I think we're good. So in terms of Aubameyang, I think we have a chance with that one. With Thomas Partey, I think there is a bit of an issue. I think there could be a bit of an issue with that one. Now, there are reports that he's 50-50, whether he's going to play this weekend or not. So we'll have to see on that one with Thomas Partey. It does say with Partey that he didn't play any of the games for Ghana, and he is training at the training ground, and they're saying it's 50-50 whether Thomas Partey makes it back in time for that game yet. A player that we're being linked with, and people saying Gabon can't qualify, so that's probably why they've allowed Aubameyang to go home early. According to reports, and this is a player that we've spoken about a number of times on it, so I thought it'd be interesting to bring this up, is Alexis Bernard, who works for Le Ten Sport in France, is saying Arsenal are very interested in Renato Sanches and have made their interest known to the player and his representatives as well as Lille. Arsenal have not yet made an offer, unlike AC Milan, but that could change in the coming weeks. Now, he scored a goal the other day for Portugal. And I've said many times, he, for me, would be on that list for January. I think there's no doubt that Arsenal need to get a midfielder done in January. We know that Granit Xhaka doesn't come back from injury until January. Thomas Partey, of course, and Mohamed El Neni will be at the AFCON tournament. That leaves us with Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Sambi Lokonga with nothing else in reserve. Bear in mind, people, that we play Tottenham and Manchester City in January, while none of those midfielders will be available. Arsenal need to get a midfielder done in January. Now, there's even a report coming around today that Arsenal actually made an offer for Renato Sanches in the summer. Apparently, he's somebody that Edu was targeting, along with Mikel Arteta. Now, I want to know your thoughts. Apparently, AC Milan are looking at him. It looks like Kessie may leave. Would you take Renato Sanches to Arsenal? The rumour is now he's available for around 35 million. At the start of the transfer window, because he had a good tournament with Portugal in the Euros, the heights were much bigger than that. They were talking about 60, 70 million. Me personally, I would definitely take Renato Sanches at Arsenal. I suppose with Basuma, he would go to AFCON as well. But I do like Renato Sanches. I think he's a much revitalised player. School Fuggery said, has Sanchez had a grand resurrection? Last I saw, my man was pinging it out wide to the advertising boards. I mean, listen, a lot of people talk about the time when he went on loan to Swansea in the Premier League and he had an absolute stinker. And he has been injury prone. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I would say with Renato Sanches. If you look at his injury record, he has had quite a lot of muscular injuries, over time since he's been at Lille. Who did he go to after? He was at Bayern Munich, wasn't he, for a little bit as well. So, yeah, listen, he has had injury problems. And, listen, we just got to hope that that's something. I mean, yeah, like I said it, and I did say it all the time, availability is the best ability, and I always say it. But he is injury prone. So it's something we would have to look at. But would you take him? I mean, I'm just looking now. He's 24, turns 25 in August. He's only played 6 games this season. He played 23 last season and just 19 the year before. So, I mean, I'm looking over the last 5-6 seasons. The last time he played over 20 league games was 2015 when he played for Benfica. So that's the only thing that would potentially put me off him. You know, a lot of missed games there. So, like Mo Bayman said, he said he misses at least 10 games every season because of injury. I would not sign him. Kronkert said, what about Dennis Zakaria? He is somebody that we've been linked with as well. I'm not too sure about Zakaria. I haven't seen enough of him to really say whether, you know, he's absolutely the guy we should go for. Injury record kills it, said Skullfoggery. Yeah, that's the one thing that would put me off him, you know. Niama said go for Kessie. I mean, Kessie, we spoke about him the other week. Definitely somebody that we should be looking at. People were saying lag. Is there lag, people? Let me know. HMT said there's no lag for me. AFC Max, thank you for the super chat again, bro. Really appreciate it. Said Curtis Broads could play for Norwich. He's that talented young Pepe in the making. And to answer your question, 100% the same with Tyler Adams, Frank Kessie, and Dennis Zakaria. I mean, there are a lot of players that could be available. It seems like there's a lot of midfielders that are potentially available, but do Arsenal have any money left is the interesting thing. You know, we spent 150 million in the summer. Are they willing to give Mikel Arteta another 40, 50 million to go again? I think we need to. You have to build from a position of power. We're in a position now where, you know, we're in the mix. That's all we want to be. We want to be in the mix, and I think we need to strengthen in January. Man said Broads could play for Norwich. He's the young Pepe. Listen, man, he's got to get himself on it and see where he can get to, man. That's what it's all about. But big up to you, Max. I appreciate the super chat. Man said Kessie is better than Messi. I don't think I've heard anyone say that before you, my friend. Kessie is a far better option than Sanchez. I do think Kessie would be better just due to the fact that the injury record, I've always said with Renato Sanches, like him as a player, the injury record is a worry. Billy said Zakaria, or is it Zachariah? I don't know if I'm saying it right, but Zakaria is brilliant. Champions League experience, international level. He has 6 months left on his contract. We could sign him for peanuts. I mean, I'm still scarred from the last time we signed a Swiss midfielder from Borussia Mönchengladbach, a certain Mr. Granit Xhaka slow mode who we can't get rid of. But yeah, listen, I'm not saying that's a reason to not go for Zakaria if he is that player. Coach Jordash said Ward-Prowse. I mean, listen, I think he signed a new contract in the summer. He was on the verge of going to Aston Villa. He signed a new 4-year deal, and he's their captain. I think he loves it there. So, Boy 10 said Renato Sanches went on loan to Swansea. He was so far away, their best player at 19. The manager was starting him injured. Craig said, Curtis, we need another 100 million in January. I mean, we'd love 100 million in January, but I can't see these owners giving him that kind of money. Listen, I'll be happy if Arsenal made one good midfield signing in January. You know, just being realistic. I know a lot of Arsenal fans want Arsenal to go and get a striker. I just don't think we'll sign a high-profile player or striker in the January transfer window. I think it will be more likely to be in the summer if we're going to buy a striker. Arush said, I think a striker is a priority in January. I just think strikers are very difficult to get in January. You know, they'll either be very expensive or somebody who is a bit unproven. Where I think if you wait till the summer, you can get somebody a little bit more proven. So yeah, I think a striker will probably wait until Lacazette is moved on. Bruno Guimaraes would be a perfect fit for us. I rate him highly. Canav said, Curtis, would you rather have Euro 2020, FA Cup, Carabao Cup 5th place, Xhaka Saeed out, or would you rather have a World Cup? So what are you offering? Win the Euro 2020, we win the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and 5th place. Yeah, I got to take your first option. I'm club over country, man. I can't lie. And in that one, look, England would still win the Euros. Arsenal would be in Europe, couple trophies. I got to take your first option. Zakaria is definitely not slow. He is a powerhouse. Anthony said there's only 2 centre mids we should be looking at, Kessie and Van der Beek. Midfield then complete. I mean, you look at the midfielders that could be available in January. There are so many midfielders that we could get hold of in this window. Like you said, you got Renato Sanches. You could get Kessie. You could get Van der Beek possibly. Basuma if you was willing to pay the money. Zakaria will be out of contract. You know, people saying they're Calvin Phillips. Personally, I don't think we'd get him in January, but I do think you could get him. there are a lot of players there, a lot of midfield options. So for me, there's no excuse for Arsenal not getting a midfielder. Goat Zima said, big up Curtis, lovely content as always. I'm a Real Madrid fan. Respect to Arsenal. You guys are improving. Hope you guys be back in the Champions League soon. Appreciate your kind words. Let's hope we're back in the Champions League soon. John P said, Tyler Adams is the best option for me. A lot of people like him. It's funny because I'm sure we were being linked with him once and they were calling him a right back. Then they were calling him a centre midfielder. Is he a bit of like an Ainsley Maitland-Niles that he can play in both positions? I know he's highly rated. Big up to the Green Gooner. Appreciate your support as always, bro. Said, big up Big C. Sitting here in Lanzarote Airport after watching the Talk is Cheap show. Now tuning into the live. Bang the likes and subs, people. I'm assuming you're on your way back, are you, from Lanzarote? Nice bit of sunshine in the Canary Islands. I'm definitely due a holiday. That's for certain, man. But big up to Green Gooner. School Fuggery said, think we still have a big advantage, but will be interesting to see how many players Newcastle try compete with us for. I think Newcastle will be looking for young upcoming players or players with big reputations that are kind of dwindling a little bit. I've seen they're being linked with people like Dele Alli, Philip Coutinho, big names where their careers kind of fell off and they're going to probably go for those kind of players. I've got concerns about January because I believe we play Manchester City on the first. I'm sure we play them on New Year's Day. Let me just check, people. I'm sure we play Man City on January the 1st, which means we're not going to have time to get a player for the Man. I mean, look, Man City, January the 1st. And we play Tottenham on the 16th. Now, the players go to the AFCON apparently just after Christmas. So we could be playing City and Tottenham with hardly any midfield. And that's a worry for me. Yarditov said, Curtis, you haven't done a show about the Emirates. Was it a good deal? First hint, why hasn't UEFA chosen it for a final in over 10 years? You know what? First of all, big up for the super chat. Really appreciate it. And you make a great point there. You know, you get a new football stadium in London. You're a massive club. And we haven't seen it used for a Europa League final. You know, even things like the boxing in London. You know, they're going to Tottenham Stadium. So, I mean, not that that's overly important, but, you know, it's an interesting point. Maybe something we'll definitely do a show about the Emirates. 900 people in here, people. Can we get, the numbers are going up. Can we get close to 1,000 likes? I realise I'm at a different time today. Usually come on at 2 p.m. I did do the Talk is Cheap show today. And Levan said, is Talk is Cheap available to watch now? It is out now. Go and check that out. It was the 100th show. We had Ty and Robbie on the show today. So quality show. Big up to them. And go and watch that after this, people. Very late today, said Omar. Yeah, we'll be back to 2 p.m. tomorrow. If you guys need a striker, take Mariano Diaz anyway. Jokes apart, I think Karim Adeyemi is a gem and fits the Arsenal style. You guys should try for him. A lot of people have mentioned this Adeyemi. I believe he's at Salzburg banging goals in. Yeah, Newcastle being linked with Ramsey as well. That could be an interesting one. Big up Rodders in here as well. Appreciate your support as always, bro. Francesco said, Big C, Awar, don't see him leaving in January. That's the only thing. You know, I think it will be a summer move if Awar was to move. AFC Max said, Curtis, I gave Broads a compliment and he's disappeared. Curtis, I don't see us losing a game till January. Real talk. Ooh, I mean, Liverpool is going to be the toughest test out of all of them. So if we can get out of Anfield without being beaten, then we may have an opportunity. I mean, I'm just looking, just quickly, right? We play Liverpool away, Newcastle at home, Man United away, Everton away, Southampton at home, West Ham at home, Leeds away, Sunderland, Norwich, Wolves. That's all the games until the 1st of January. So your toughest games for us obviously are going to be Liverpool, Man United away, Everton away, West Ham at home. You just never know with Arsenal. I'm feeling very confident, but I don't like to be overconfident because I still have them, you know, them dark days of Arteta and making me, you know, do Arteta out shows. I hope those days are gone. I hope it's nothing but light. But you never know with Arsenal. Sometimes they lead you somewhere and you fall for it. For some reason, I'm optimistic about Arsenal playing Liverpool at Anfield. And I don't know if that's me being, excited and hyped up by my team, which is good, or am I being very naive in believing that we're better than we are? I'm not too sure. I've just got this feeling that we can go to Anfield and do something. Now, I don't mean go there necessarily beat them, but I just mean, can we go there and do something? I don't know. The weekend settings, man, maybe I am being blinded by the lights. I don't know, but I'm starting to enjoy what I'm seeing from Arsenal. And like I've said a number of times, it's the first time in years that when Arsenal pick the team, that I look at the starting 11 and I think, do you know what? I'm happy that every single one of them players is on the pitch. Back in the day, you look at the Arsenal starting lineup, you go, oh man, Mustafi's playing, Bellerin's playing, Xhaka's playing, El Nenny's playing, Kolasinac is playing, Socrates, all these players that you've been like, oh no, what are they doing? I look at the team now, I'm like, Ramsdale, back four picks itself, happy with all of that. Partey, Sambila Congo, cool. Saka, Smith Rowe, and Aubameyang and Lacazette. And I'm like, yeah, I can work with that. But I do still want to see Arsenal strengthen because I still believe that the backup is not good enough. And like I said, AFCON is going to hurt our season. Make no mistake about that. We're going to be short of players. Going to, Tottenham away and Man City at home, with potentially you've only got Ainsley and Sambi. If one of them gets injured, you might have to play Odegaard in midfield. John P said, anyone still want Basuma playing well still? Listen, like I said, I believe the charges were dropped against him, and I think he's a fantastic player. Even the other week against Liverpool, I thought, what a player this. I cannot believe Basuma still plays for Brighton. Genuinely can't believe it. I look at him, I think, he walks into Man United's midfield. He's better than Fred and McTominay. He walks into Arsenal's midfield next to Thomas Partey. He could be Fernandinho's long-term replacement. He walks in the Tottenham midfield. Chelsea, they've got Kante. They love Jorginho for the ball playing. But even, listen, he could get in most teams in the Premier League. I don't know why he still plays for Brighton. Arsenal should have snapped him up. AFC Max, I appreciate his support, bro. Said, I'm sending this, inject positive settings to you and everyone watching. See the light FC. I'm just trying to remain calm, but I want to be optimistic. I look at it like this. If I can go mad about Arsenal and Arteta and I'm having meltdowns when things are going wrong, let me at least enjoy while things are going right. I'm not going to get carried away. You're not going to hear me talking about Arsenal. We're not world beaters. But we're definitely making progress. And I think that is something positive. But like I said, I would love to see the club sign a good player in January. Mr. Jones said 100% Calvin Phillips would fit us January or next year. Good defensively, good attitude, relationship with the players, long-term midfield option. I'm a fan of Phillips. I think he's quality. I think Leeds would probably allow him to go in the summer. I don't think they would sell him now because they are at the moment, they're in a bit of a scrap. It could be a relegation battle if they don't fix up. So I think it would be really silly of them to sell Phillips now. But I agree. I think he's very good. Caleb said, Arsenal has messed me up. I don't even celebrate goals as much. You need to remain level-headed. It's true. It is true. You can never get carried away with Arsenal because when you get carried away, they'll pull you back down to earth real quick. But I'm just hoping that we have genuinely turned a corner, Yardy Tov said the Liverpool game is pivotal for the next few games. If we get whacked and the train goes off the rails and the December settings for Arsenal is in effect, and I think a lot of people are looking at Arsenal like that at the moment. They're like, well, if we go to Liverpool and get a positive result, then I will really feel like we've turned a corner. If we go there and just get slapped, it's same old Arsenal. Liverpool batter us and nothing's changed. As I said yesterday, people, Arsenal have not got a point off Liverpool at Anfield since 2016. Since the 3-3 draw, midweek, gold Puma kit, Olivier Giroud got 2, Ramsey got 1, Joel Campbell played. I remember that game like yesterday. Let's just go there with some belief and see what happens. And I think this is bang on. And I saw Buenos Aires, Gunnar, Ross has said it. Take one game at a time. That's all we can do. Take one game at a time. Be patient, be positive, but just take it one game at a time and see where it leads us, where it takes us. Somebody that may not take it one game at a time and looks like he is calling time. You'll see what I'm saying when I say calling time, people, on his Arsenal career, and that is Mr. Eddie Nketiah. It looks like he's had enough, people. The contract's ran out, and I ain't talking about his phone contract. I'm talking about his contract with Arsenal. The Mail say Eddie Nketiah has informed Arsenal he wants to leave the club, ending their hopes of persuading him to stay. He is out of contract in the summer, and Arteta is understood to have made a last-ditch attempt to convince him to remain at the club, and it seems as if Eddie has said no. For those who had pay-as-you-go phones back in the day, 1 minute remaining settings, people. He's had enough. Don't call him anymore, man. The contract's done. No more EE, no more Leica Mobile, no more GIF-GAF O2. Eddie's had enough. I don't blame Eddie. I think Eddie is... he's at a stage in his career where he needs to go and play first-team football. In my opinion, he's not good enough to be a regular at Arsenal. He's 22 years of age, turns 23 in May. He's clearly got some potential, but I just don't think he's the guy for Arsenal. I do think he probably could have done with another loan spell at some stage. He went to Leeds on loan, didn't quite work out for him there. I think Arsenal should have probably sent him somewhere else. I think this is the problem with a lot of these players, is that they play under 23s and they rip it apart. They come in the first team and they can't bridge that gap sometimes. Obviously, you get your Sakas and your Smith Rowes who just take to it. But even Smith Rowe had a loan that was very productive. But a lot of these guys, they come out of under 23s where they're absolute goal machines, and they come into the first team and they're not the same player. And I think Eddie is a product of that, where he needed a loan to the Championship, maybe to a lower Prem team or a club abroad, to help him figure out first-team football. So for me, I think Eddie's time is probably done at Arsenal. AFC Max said, final super chat. A couple of weeks ago, Laurie said, are you on the train? Not only on the train, I'm pulling people on it as we pass the station. So, oh yeah, I remember that. He said, are you on the train of do you believe in Arteta now? And I said, I was on the platform at the train station, but I haven't boarded the train yet. Well, Max is not only on the train, he's pulling people on there. So he's fully on the Arteta thing. But listen, I don't blame any Arsenal fan for being optimistic. Support your team, get behind them, enjoy the good run. Let's hope we continue with it. I'm not quite on that, I'm not on the train yet. I'm still on the platform. But yeah, appreciate his super chat, bro. Tony said Eddie is an under 23 merchant. I mean, I know what you're saying. Like Darren's saying, without being disrespectful, why are Arsenal even offering Eddie a new contract? What I would be saying here, the first question I would say, why have you allowed him to run down that contract? Why have you if you wanted to dress the Eddie deal up to somebody, you would say, right, he's 22 years of age. He's the record goal scorer for England under 21s. He broke Alan Shearer's record. He's got Premier League experience. He's played in Europe. You've got to be getting a 15 million for him at somebody just on the potential. A Brighton or a Wolves or a Burnley or, somebody in a relegation dogfight. Watford. Drop you a little 15 on a hype for him. We've seen man like Solanke go for 20 million from Liverpool, and he hasn't even done as much as Eddie. But Arsenal just allow him to run down the contract. Apparently, we turned down 11 million in the summer to then allow him to go for nothing 12 months later. It does not make sense to me. Why not take 11 million, put a sell-on clause, and you keep it moving? E. Ross with the super chat said, let's cash in on Eddie. Maybe we can get a T-Mobile sidekick price for him instead of a Nokia price. Big up everyone. Hope all is well. Big up to E. Ross. I think the problem Arsenal have got now, if you're Eddie Nketiah, you're better off sitting out until your contract finishes and getting that signing on fee in your own pocket. Why would you leave in January when, a club's going to pay 7-8 million for him in January? He would get the majority of that money straight into his pocket if he goes on a free. So I don't think Eddie will leave until the summer, when I think he'll probably go on a free transfer. Roll Right said, would you be on the train with a Liverpool win? I'd be close. I'd be pressing the button for the doors to open if we beat Liverpool. I'll be thinking, you know what, shall I get, you know what I mean? That's where I would be, Roll Right. I'll be very close. Buenos Aires Guna said, I'm looking at train tickets for now, Curtis, but it is exciting to see us finally play well and win games. Do you know what it is? It's like anything in life. When you've experienced something many times, it doesn't quickly get turned around, you know. It's like Arsenal fans, we've been hurt by Arteta. Not purposely, he's not trying to lose games, but we've experienced some real low points out of Europe for the first time in 2.5 decades. 8th place, you know, all of this. So with me, it's like, all right, 10 games, cool. That's not enough to fully convince me yet. It's enough for me to be optimistic and say, yeah, we're moving in the right direction, and I'm in full support of it. But I just want to see us overcome a few more bigger hurdles for me to say, all right, I'm convinced. New merch after the Liverpool win. Yeah, I can't lie. If we beat Liverpool at Anfield, could be next day delivery settings. I can't even lie. I'm going to keep it 100. Clement said, big up Curtis and the nation. I will start to believe in the process if we beat Liverpool at Anfield on Saturday. And that's it. That's where we are, really. Listen, even if we got a draw at Liverpool, I would be happy. I would be happy with a draw. You know, I would take it. I'm always hoping that we can win the game. If we went to Liverpool and got a point, I'd be happy. Tyler said, I'm in a cab sitting outside the station. Still not in the station yet, yeah. Add to cart. Same day delivery. I might even just drive to the ground and collect it, try it on, you know what I mean? Imagine Pepe on one wing and Sterling on the other. Levels of frustration. I mean, I think if anything, it would be more likely Sterling to replace Nicolas Pepe, to be honest. Although we've had conversations about Sterling over the last few days. A lot of Arsenal fans are not sure whether they would take him. I would definitely. And I'm just reiterating this for anybody that hasn't seen these shows. If Arsenal have any chance of getting Raheem Sterling, I would absolutely snap your hand off to sign him. I think he's better than any winger at Arsenal, and I genuinely mean that. I know he wouldn't get the same level of service that he was getting at Manchester City, but he's a danger, man. He's an absolute danger. I mean, look at this. And you know what? I love reading these comments because I like to see your perspective on these things. Sniper said Sterling's rubbish. That's why Pep don't want him. I mean, what, is Messi rubbish because Barcelona didn't want to give him a new contract? So, you know, is Ronaldo rubbish? Juventus were willing to let him go. You can never look at football in that way. You know, times change. He went for Grealish. Is Grealish better than Sterling? He's not producing better than what Sterling was doing. But listen, it's opinions. I'm respectful. I don't agree with all of them. You don't agree with all of mine. That's the beauty of this channel. I think it's very harsh to call Raheem Sterling rubbish. He's won 2 or 3 titles, scored 20-odd goals in a league season for a winger, you know. AFC Max said, one more thing. Man keeps forgetting, you know. I said, Curtis, I don't know. It's the hope that kills with this club. Best comment on the train video was someone saying they arrived at the car park and parked the car. Yeah, you don't know whether to get out of the car or not, innit? You're like, do I just drive? I don't know if I'm willing to get on this, you know. But yeah, that's what it is. We're all kind of caught in between at the moment. You know, it's like, man, we've been through a lot, but we're trying to see the positive side of things and the way things is moving. Kidemi said, Sterling don't fit the puzzle, I guess. It happens in football, man. It happens. Raheem to PSG, possibly. I know he's being linked with Barca. I don't think they can afford his wage. Sterling's finishing his poor now. Maybe. Grealish is rubbish, says Melbourne. I mean, listen, he's not rubbish, but definitely seemed to suit Aston Villa more than City, but maybe he needs time. 300k for Sterling is not what Arsenal should be doing. I mean, listen, it's an interesting one. The wages are I suppose, a problem because not a lot of clubs will want to pay him that. Saeed said, even if we lost to Liverpool, as long as we put up a fight to the last minute. I mean, like I always say, there's a way to lose. I always tell like my kids and stuff like you will lose in sport sometimes. This is just the reality. You can't just expect to win all the time. And there's a way to lose. Arsenal have been to Liverpool too many times and been embarrassed, been slapped all over the place and sent home. Go there, compete, hit the post, make Alisson make 3 great saves, make them scramble. Don't go there and just get dealt with, when other teams, like Brighton are going there and getting a draw. Melbourne said, Curtis, your hoodie colour with the Nike is dope. Hey, big up. And I thought the gold might be going a bit crazy on the green screen because gold's another one that the green screen goes a bit mad with. Clement said, for me, I know everybody talks about Salah and Mane. The danger man for Liverpool on Saturday is Diogo Jota. I mean, Jota's got this great record in recent games against Arsenal. Even when he was at Wolves, he always seemed to cause problems against us. Of course, I think they're saying Firmino is out. Now, I saw something today, and I knew this was going to happen, saying that Mane and Henderson are now likely to play this weekend. I mean, we got our hopes up, Mane got sent home. I think it's a similar situation to what happened with Aubameyang, where, if the game isn't too much riding on it, they'll allow them to go home. So I just think we've got to have a go at Liverpool. Do you know what? I'm just sick of going to Liverpool and just not competing. I look at football a little bit different, right? I look at it in the sense that a lot of people have said to me, oh, look, you can't go to Liverpool and beat them. Why can't we beat them? Why can't we beat them? This isn't the Liverpool team of a couple of years ago. Salah is at the peak of his game right now, let's be totally honest. But Mane's not at the Mane that he was before. Firmino's not playing, Wijnaldum's left. Henderson had an injury problem, although they reckon he'll be back. They're still the favourites. They're still likely to win the game. But we should be going there and putting pressure on Liverpool. Sit back, frustrate them, make life difficult, and if you get a chance, take your chance. That's what I would be saying. Why can't we go there and get something? BX Gunner said we have a fresh squad. They don't. We can definitely push them. Yeah, and like somebody said yesterday, half of our team are new. So we're a new Arsenal. They haven't played against this Arsenal before. We're a new proposition for teams now. Max said, sorry, Curtis, if we win against Liverpool, I'm pulling you on the train. I mean, listen, like I said, I'll press the button, the door will be open. So I'll be close. I might pop my head in and have a look both sides of the train, Let me see who's there. But listen, we'll see. I hope we have that problem. Enduna said, I can't trust your judgment, Big C. You wanted Mourinho. Listen, I have no problem with that comment. I made videos about it at the time. And I have to say this, people, at the time is the key factor. At the time, Unai Emery had left. The dressing room was in turmoil, right? We were all over the place. I felt that Arsenal needed a proven manager to turn that dressing room around, right? And at the time, this was Mourinho before he'd gone to Tottenham. He was available. He was an option. I felt it was a worthwhile candidate to consider. But people love to bring that one up. Oh, my God, you wanted Mourinho. At the time, you cannot tell me that in some sort of way he made sense. He made sense at that time. We needed a top quality manager. We had a dressing room that was a mess. Now, a lot of people don't like him on a personal level. I get it. Mourinho right now looks finished. He's in Italy. He's doing okay. He's not the Mourinho of old. At the time, for me, I felt it was an option that we could have looked at. We went for Mikel Arteta, and we'll see where it takes us. So, listen. But I will click on them comments. I don't run off. The videos are there. And he says, oh, love Big C. Listen, it's no problem. If I said it, I will stand behind it, and back it, But, hey, it is what it is. At the time, I felt he was still a good manager. But, yeah, he looks kind of washed now. But big up. It's all love, people. It's all love. If I say it, I have to stand behind the comment, Napshot said, should we play Kieran Tierney at left-back and Tavares as our left winger? This is to negate the undeniable threat of Trent and Salah. I wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't. I would play Nuno Tavares at left-back and I would play Emil Smith-Rowe left wing. Let's let them worry about us. Now, we have to go there and be sensible that, listen, Liverpool have got a lot of attacking threats that we're going to have to deal with if we're going to be successful. But let them, to a certain extent, worry about us. in my opinion, we can't go to Anfield and go toe for toe because I think they've got a better team than us. I think the only teams that can go there and do that are teams like Man City and Chelsea because they have bags and bags of quality. We've got quality, but not quite on that same level. I think Arsenal have got to go there, keep that back four close together. Your midfield two sit in front and protect. You know that Mane and Salah, they stay high up the pitch. They push Trent up. They push Robertson up. And you can catch them on the counter-attack down the sides if you're quick. And that's where, we won't get loads of chances, but if we get a chance, we got to take it. Which Liverpool fan is coming on? I've messaged a couple of them. I've had responses. I haven't actually sorted it out yet because a couple of them they can only come on at certain times because obviously a lot of Arsenal fans are reaching out to Liverpool fans to come on. But I'm definitely going to have one on. As I said, Kevin Campbell's coming on tomorrow, all being well. And on Friday, we'll have a Liverpool preview. So make sure you look out for that. I may possibly do a watch-along for Jamaica, USA. It's 10 p.m. UK time tonight, possibly. We was talking about this, actually, on Talk is Cheap today. We had a bit of a debate about it. Like I say, Ty and Robbie were on that show today. And the discussion was, if Arsenal get a penalty at Anfield, who takes the penalty? BX Gunner said Jamaica, USA is going to be lit. And Liverbird said you're going to get smoked. Listen, I'm clipping this, You've come for me a number of times with that Liverpool energy. If we get something, I'm coming, Sunday, Monday stream. I hope you're in the comments. Yeah, don't do a sident when we turned over Leicester, If Arsenal get a penalty on Saturday, I want Lacazette taking it. Yeah, I want Lacazette taking the penalty because for me, you miss 2 penalties in a row, you have to come off pens. And I was a penalty taker, and I've missed a penalty before. Not many, by the way. I was pretty prolific. When you start missing penalties, you're second-guessing yourself. You start going, do I go that way? Lacazette hasn't missed a penalty for Arsenal. Some people saying Ainsley, the thing with Ainsley, he may not be on the pitch. I think if Partey's available, Ainsley gets dropped for Partey and he'll play Partey and Sambi. I think Lacazette. Would any of you keep Aubameyang on penalties? I mean, let's have a look. Kidemi said Aubameyang. Aubameyang did score a penalty for Gabon at the weekend. So, he's still taking them. Clement said, hopefully you can get Grizz Khan, Drifty, Alex from the Cop or James, all have YouTube channel. One of those 4 you've mentioned will be on the channel. Don't you worry about that. Karumi said, Curtis, I'm going to the game, Jamaica versus USA at the National Stadium. Because did they put something at the start? I'm sure I read at the start no fans were allowed to attend, and then I think they've allowed a certain amount. Is it 5,000 fans to go? I'm actually in regular contact with Paul Hall. If any of you remember him, he used to play, I think he played for the likes of QPR. He works at QPR now. And Paul Hall obviously played for Jamaica. He played for the Reggae Boys in '98 at the World Cup and stuff. He was actually my coach for a little bit, and I actually played against him. And I speak to him on a regular basis. He's one of the coaches for the Reggae Boys at the moment. So after the games, I'm always messaging him like, yo, man, what's going on, man? Like, we get Antonio. Takes us all these months to convince Antonio to play for Jamaica. And the man put him on the bench. You're putting him on the bench for a man who don't even play at the level that he plays at. It don't make no sense. You're trying to convince these big ballers to come and play for Jamaica, and then you're benching him. And he comes on and scores a great goal as well. So this, I think if Jamaica lose tonight, their qualification hopes are done. And obviously America is a tough game. So, it'll be interesting, man. Loud Music Entertainment said Paul Hall is the assistant coach. They should make him take over from Tapper. I mean, listen, Paul Hall, he knows his football, man. Does some great work at QPR. I'd love to see him get the job. They've allowed 5,000 people to watch. Yeah, it should be a good game. Jazzmeat said Lacazette has scored 8 out of 8 for Arsenal. Aubameyang has scored 10 out of 14, so only 70%. And people have to understand, Aubameyang missed against Tottenham at Wembley. I was at that game. That was one of the most painful days of Aubameyang's time at Arsenal, man. Wembley, all them Spurs fans. he misses that pen. I remember him missing a pen against Manchester City at the Emirates midweek. He's missed the last two. I've said many times that Aubameyang, as crazy as this sounds, I think his penalty is based on sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Whereas the best penalty takers, for me, they can score even when the goalkeeper goes the right way. They'll whip it into the corner. Keeper goes the right way, they still score. Aubameyang tries to send the goalkeeper the wrong way. He doesn't really hit the corners with a lot of power. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I want Lacazette on penalties. I do not want to see... I don't want to see Aubameyang taking the penalties this weekend. I can't lie, and I'm not being disrespectful because he has scored a lot of penalties. But I think when you've missed two in a row, man, I think you've got to give it up for a little bit. See what Laka does, man. Laka is, like you said, 8 in 8 since he's been at Arsenal. So for me, I would like to see Lacazette taking penalties. We'll get the comments in for a few more minutes and then I'm out of here, people. Aubameyang made it against Chelsea in the FA Cup semi. FA Cup semi? FA Cup final against Chelsea. Scored the penalty, side netting. That was one of his best penalties. Side-footed it, sent the keeper, side netting, lethal. Omar said Aubameyang is a fantastic penalty taker. Listen, he is, but he's missed his last two. Sri Karan said, Mikel said that Aubameyang will be in the penalties. I mean, listen, maybe he doesn't take him off penalties because the politics of it will be Aubameyang is the captain. Aubameyang is the highest paid player at the football club. Aubameyang's going to be here next season when Lacazette is going to leave. Do you want to pull down the confidence of your captain, your main man? So if you give Lacazette pens for the rest of the season and then next season you're expecting Aubameyang to come back, that's how he may look at it. Like, I don't want to damage his confidence. That's the politics of football. You know, just for me, I think if you miss two in a row, you should come off. Even if you eventually come back on, just have a little break. Ross said, excited for the match this weekend, but nervous at the same time. This is what football is all about. And I'm with you on this. And this is what I'm saying. Do you know the reason I'm excited about the game is because I feel like we can get a result. I'm not saying we will get a result. I'm saying we can get a result. After those first three games of the Premier League season, I had no belief in this Arsenal team and this Arsenal manager. Right? I do have belief now. I feel like we're changing. We are turning a corner slowly. This game will be an indication of where we are as a football club. Like I said, I even believe we can lose this game and have some sort of progress being made. But what I don't want to buy into is the mentality of just accepting that we're going to lose to Liverpool. I think we should be going there with the mindset and the preparation that we can beat Liverpool. Liverpool were 2-0 up at home to Brighton and drew 2-2 and were hanging on. Liverpool just got outplayed by West Ham. You know, they drew with Chelsea, who had 10 men. You know, Brentford roughed them up as well when they played Brentford. They're not unbeatable. You need to make life difficult for them. Frustrate them, work hard, and try and keep them out and see if you can nick a result. You know, we can't keep this record up of keep going there and getting dealt with, you know. So I'm expecting a performance. You know, I want to see Arsenal come out of there with a point. I may do a watch along tonight. Keep an eye on YouTube, people. I'll give you plenty of notice if I'm going to do one. Obviously, tonight, just for anybody watching, it is Jamaica against the USA. So I may possibly do a watch along for that 10 p.m. UK time. So yeah, just keep an eye out on YouTube. I'll give you plenty of notice if I'm going to do it. Get a few more comments in, people, then I'll be out of here. I've just touched an hour. There's 1,000 of you in here, so I'm still aiming for 1,000 likes. We're asking for a high percentage of you to hit the likes. We need to rough them up. I'm telling you, rough them man up, yes. Trust me, I've been to Anfield before, right? And this is no disrespect to Liverpool. They're a great club. Anfield roars at the start of the game, right? It starts roaring. All the fans go mad. You'll never walk alone. Klopp's there making hand gestures. The players, they fly at you. They swarm you. They press. If you can see off that first 15, 20 minutes, it starts to get more quiet. They stop pressing quite as much. They get a little bit tired, and that's when you start to grow into the game. But what Arsenal tend to do, they go there, first 15 minutes, they press, they score, we crumble. Then it gets worse, because if Liverpool get that early goal, the swarm gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it just gets worse. And that's what Arsenal need to do. They have to deal with that emotion. Remember, last year we played them, they had no fans there. They're back, their fans are there. You have to quiet down that Anfield crowd. That's when you get a chance against Liverpool. But more often than not, they bully man in that first 20. Buenos Aires Gunnar said, whisper settings. I'm telling you, 10 p.m., yeah, my son will have to be a bit quiet. But listen, I go mad when Jamaica score, trust me. But they're not doing much at the moment. Seb said, big up Curtis, a bit late due to work. Thanks for yesterday's member stream. Big up, bro. Appreciate everyone who managed to tune in. Like I said, we'll probably do another one the start of next week. Karoom said, Curtis, I have a Jamaican friend who carries Liverpool. He talks a lot. His blog is Ryan LFC. I would love you to meet him. Liverpool fans have got a lot of energy, aren't they, right now, with Klopp, and they've won the title, the Champions League. I understand why they're so gassed, I get it. Polymation said, this game will tell us if there's real progress, 100%. Just quickly, before we get out of here, it's, what is it? It's Tuesday at the moment. We don't know what the injury situation's going to be and all that. How do you become a platinum member? I mean, I'm not sure. I think you just click on the level that you want to be, and then it allows you to do that. At the moment, what do you think the score is going to be this weekend? Your opinion can change. You can say something now, and then Friday you find out Mane's out or Thomas Partey's not available, and you may change. But at this moment, what is your feeling about the Arsenal game? I predicted on Talk is Cheap today a 1-1 draw. Right, I predicted a 1-1 draw. Obviously, I'm hoping we get more than that. I'm hoping we get the 3 points. I'm hoping we go Liverpool and go 3-point collecting. But what is your feeling at the moment? I think a lot is riding on whether Thomas Partey's fit or not. I think if Thomas Partey doesn't play, we're in trouble. But if he plays, I think we got a chance. BX Gunner's going 3-1, 2-2. Liam, 0-0. I think there'll be goals. I do. 1-0. Clem says 3-1 to Liverpool. Loud Music's going 2-1. How do we become a member? Links in the description below, bruv. I'm King said, bro, no faith in this team under Tapper. He's like the Jamaican Arteta, right? The Jamaican Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they're calling him. So that's not a good thing. Anthony says 2-0, 3-0, 2-1. But we put in a decent performance. 2-2, 4-0 to Arsenal. I mean, if only, eh? 2-1 to Liverpool. We've won the most, here he goes, we've won the most trophies in English football history here. Liverpool will never not be gassed, I bet you want this gas like 6 years ago when Brendan had man slipping over and all that, I bet you want that gas then, was you? Edison said, blessings from Trinidad, big up, bruv. MD 2-1 Liverpool. See, a lot of the predictions are a lot closer. If you'd have asked that after Manchester City, I bet people would have been saying, 4-0. Imagine after we just lost 5-0 to City and we're going, right, Liverpool away, you go, yeah, we're getting smoked. But right now, we just feel like we got a chance, and that for me is positive. I just don't want to see this team get slapped. Jorge, thank you for becoming a member, bro. Really appreciate it. You've been a long-time supporter of the channel. Much appreciated, bro. Alvin said 1-0 to the scrappy Arsenal. We'll take it. 3-1 Liverpool. And Liverpool, look at this guy, man. Said 6-1 to Liverpool. Reggae Boys fans are vexed, bro. I get it, man. Calling up all these players. What should we finish with? Give me an Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. We'll take that. Clean sheet against Salah is not going to be easy. Let's put it that way. People, I am out of here. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Apologies for the start of the stream. The microphone was ramping at the start. The wire wasn't in properly, so I think I blew most of your eardrums at the start. Yeah, we had a new camera for about a month now, so apologies for that. But I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for your support as always. I know it was at a different time today. Don't forget, people, tomorrow Kevin Campbell will be on the show. Mr. It's the Players Curtis, Mr. Mikel Arteta's lawyer. So we'll grill him on all things Arsenal, get his thoughts and opinions on whether Arsenal can beat Liverpool. And, we'll discuss the transfer window coming up and things like that. If you didn't hit the like on the way in, smash that like on the way out. Thank you very much for all your support. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you. I may see you later, America against Jamaica. If not, I will see you tomorrow. Bless people.